silent my phone. Forgot to do that. Okay. All right, sorry about that. All right, hi everybody, welcome. Happy Wednesday. All right, so just find an easy seat. Might want to prop the hips up on something, blanket or bolster. And start to sit up a little taller, find some length in the spine. And you can start by just taking in your environment as it is. So you can even leave the eyes open and even look around. Really don't go into a place of analysis or judgment. I think with the eyes open and seeing is an easy way to do that, especially in our own space. But just see it for what it is. See a chair, a table, light and dark. And don't forget to look behind you as well as above you. And of course, we see our space all day long when we're in it, but are we really seeing it? That's the question. Because we do all these things all the time, and half the time we're not even really present with what we're doing, what we're seeing, what we're experiencing. So if you can allow yourself to just be here now, fully present, and at any point, you can begin to shift your awareness to sound. You might even close the eyes or let them kind of soft gaze or just keep them open, whatever works for you. And start to hear the sounds around you and noticing the difference between the sounds that are closer and the sounds that are further. You know, you pick one sound and just let yourself receive it. So we're not hunting for sounds. We're just here now, receiving what is popping up. And of course, just as we're allowing ourselves to receive it, we're allowing ourselves to let go of it. So when it dissolves away, just let it go. Sometimes easier said than done, but that's why it's called a practice. And then continuing to tune into the outside world, feeling the air on your skin. And even noticing if you do go into a place of judgment, critique, or wanting to change it. Just notice that. That's a big awareness. You just be with the experience as it shows up. Receive it. And then choosing to move a little deeper inward. So starting to tune into your internal landscape. Remembering that your internal landscape is yours. It's not for anybody else. Nobody else can experience it like you do. You're the only one there to experience your own internal landscape. Just let the awareness wash around the body as you take in and receive whatever you find, whatever you experience. So whether that be physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual, just let yourself tune inward to what shows up for you today, here and now. Feel the rhythm of your breath as we tune into the anchor of the present moment. And notice if you've changed it already, or if you have the urge to change it or fix it or judge it. You just be with your breath for just another few moments, just as it is. Even taking in anything else that's surfacing, so if you're feeling anxious or low energy, or whatever it is, just notice it, accept it, open your heart to it. Let's go ahead and bring in what we need through our breath. We'll allow a fuller inhale. And a more complete exhale. A few more mindful breaths, breathing deep down into the belly. Slow, soft exhale out the nostrils. Do 2 more rounds just like that. As you inhale, fill up. Pause at the top. Sip in a little more air. And then exhale with ease. 5 more time. Inhale, fill up. Pause at the top. Sip a little more air in. And then exhale with ease. Take the arms, reach them out to the sides. Fingers point towards the floor. And big breath in, sweep the arms up, take up some space. Bring the palms together, hands to your heart. Go inward. Bring in what it is you need today. Maybe even take a moment now to ask yourself, what is it that I need? How can I support myself today? And then just listen. Feel free to stay for a little longer, or when you feel ready, sweep the arms out and up, gathering what it is you need. Maybe repeating it to yourself. I am, whatever works, as a positive statement. Exhale, hands to your heart. And last one, sweep and gather, pulling in all the support that you need from the universe. And then bring it right into your heart, letting that word or essence of what you're trying to bring in today come into mind, come into heart, and really see it in your mind's eye, feel it in your body, so it's your reality. Your next breath in, fingertips up to the ceiling. And as you breathe out, find cactus arms, squeeze shoulder blades together, let the forearms go back. Lengthen up through the spine, one more breath. And then gently let the elbows drop down. The fingers follow, coming into the floor. The shoulder blades squeezing together, heart lifted, taking another breath. Go ahead and float the left arm up, find the length in the side body, reach it to the ceiling. Create length from hip to armpit. A little space around the neck. And then grounding through the feet, we'll crawl the right fingertips over and create a little bit of an angle with that top arm. Maybe finding more of a C curve, dropping that bottom shoulder. Top shoulder rolls open. Take a few breaths here. Your gaze can go out past the left elbow. And if you want to deepen, take the hand to the back of the head, bending that elbow, and then reach the elbow behind you, really opening up that left armpit. Opening up the heart to the ceiling. One more breath. Inhale, extend the left fingertips over to the right wall, and reach up and come out. And then feel all that energy. Feel and breathe and be and receive it. Your next breath in, go ahead and sweep the right arm up. Find more length in the side body. Reaching up, but then dropping the shoulder down just a bit to create a little space around the neck. Keep the length in the right side, hip to armpit, and up out the fingertips. Let's go ahead and move the fingertips out, create a little diagonal, and then maybe a little deeper for a little C curve. Hold the tummy in, lengthen. We're not collapsing to the floor. We're reaching up and out. One more breath. Feel free to stay here or bend the elbow. Take the hand to the back of the head, press the head into the hand, and look past the elbow. Keep the tummy pulling in, open up that armpit. One good breath in and out. And then we inhale, reach the fingertips all the way out. And as you exhale, gently release. Feel what you feel. Reconnect. Take the hands to the knees, around the spine as you exhale. When you're ready to inhale, open the heart, cat-cow. Moving with the rhythm of your breath. You might have noticed they almost always begin with the 6 directions of the spine, and there's a good reason for it. Our spine is our nervous system. what connects our brain to our body. So it should be healthy, it should be connected, it should be warmed up, and we should stay present with it. Moving through 2 more rounds. These shoulder blades open the heart. Tune into each micro movement as you travel from one shape to the next. And last round, we'll let the inhale take you to a neutral spine. And when you arrive, roll the shoulders up and back. Up and down. Go ahead and crisscross the legs the other way. I don't even have kids, and I almost said crisscross applesauce. Sit up nice and tall, find length in the spine. Settle in here, notice what it feels like. It might feel a little different. Then we're going to sweep the arms out and up, but instead of out to the side, we're going to take the fingertips towards the back wall a little bit and really open up. So inhale, sweep the fingertips back, create a real deep opening. And then as you come down, we're going to take them forward just a little bit, letting shoulder blades spread. Let's do that one more time. Reach the fingertips back, keep the heart lifted. Try not to jet out the ribs. And then as you exhale, let them come forward just a bit. And keeping the fingers in front, lengthen through the spine. Shoulders start to roll back, heart lifts. Another breath. Let's reach those fingertips straight forward and then reach them up. We'll cross the left hand to the right knee and the right hand to the floor behind you. Lengthen through the spine, coming into your twist. And then melting the heart over to the wall to your right. Inhale, length. Exhale, depth. Let the gaze go behind you. Let the chin lift a little. So it's parallel to the floor. Soften your jaw and your face. Take 2 more breaths. Don't just hang out here, but really make yourself part of the posture. So inhale a little more length. Exhale a little more depth. Keep shoulders relaxed. Ears. Another inhale, another exhale. On your next breath in, sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, let the belly button come around first, then the heart, then the head. When you come back through center, breathe. Try not to react or respond, just find your breath and let the body follow. Your next inhale will sweep the arms forward and up. And as you exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand to the floor behind you, lengthen through the spine, and then melt your heart over to the side. Again, seeing how you can be a little more part of this posture. Your gaze might go to the back wall. Check in with those shoulders. Don't let them round forward. Just let the heart do the shining. Keep it pulling. Nice full breath in, nice full breath out. And a nice big inhale. As you exhale, we slowly unravel 1 vertebra at a time. When you arrive, reconnect to the mindful breath. Feel the body receive the breath. 1 more inhale, 1 more exhale. Okay. Go ahead and take the hands behind, release the legs, take them forward. And find some circles with the ankle. I think I've mentioned this to y'all, but for some reason my legs are loving the ankle circles lately. It's such a weird thing for me. I've never been one with the ankle circles, but for some reason I'm loving it. So hopefully you can find a little love in your experience too. Flex the feet, pull everything in and up. Lengthen up through the spine, root down through the thighs and the through the fingers, relax the shoulders. Have energy reach up and out the crown of the head as the tailbone grounds you. Take a nice full breath in and out. Take your fingertips a little further behind you. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Press through the fingertips, lengthen through the spine. Keep the toes reaching up towards the ceiling, so we're pressing energy out the heels. Feel free to stay here. Or walk the hands forward a little teeny bit and hinge forward. And we're moving from the hips, keeping along the spine. And then tuck the chin a little bit so the neck is not holding the brunt of the shape. And then if you want, hands can come forward. We're not going to drop in deep here. I want you to keep pulling the floor towards you, lengthening up through the spine, shoulders out of the ears. If you want to go in a little deeper, feel free, but we're just getting going, so just be mindful with your choices. Good breath in and out. Rooting your hands down, low tummy pulls in to help lift you up. You roll the shoulders up, back, and melt them down when you do arrive. Take the hands behind you once you arrive, bend the knees, take the feet wide, just find a little windshield wiper. And then we'll pause, bring the feet hip distance. If you're sitting on a blanket or anything, then you might want to remove it. Just push it aside. Go ahead and straighten out your right leg. And, no, I said that wrong. Okay, keep your left leg as it is bent, but maybe not all the way in, just let it come out a little bit. Root down through the hands, squeeze shoulder blades together. We're going to take the right leg, lift it across the ankle over the thigh. That's where I was going with that. Flex the foot. And just remember, if this is really tight, you control this so the left leg can straighten a little bit or all the way down if that's needed. Or bring the heel in closer towards your left hip to make it a little more intense. Press through the hands, squeeze shoulder blades together, lift the heart. So in order to get out of the low back, we're all going to lift the hips off the floor an inch, send them back a little bit, and then place them down. And once you place them down, after you send them back, the pelvis should roll forward a little bit and kind of pull the flesh out from underneath, getting you out of that low back. And lengthen up through the spine. So really reaching the heart above the shin. Use a little core strength to keep that torso lifted. Breathe. Notice what's happening with your shoulders. Are they coming forward? Are you rounding back? If so, roll those shoulder blades together, press through the fingertips, lift the heart like there's a string pulling it to the ceiling. And breathe. You can always make that left leg longer or make it a little shorter. These full breaths in, full breaths out. Make sure that right foot is flexed. You can even do some more ankle circles if you like them as much as I do. Shoulder blades face together, heart lifts. Another big breath in. Big mindful breath out. You're going to let the right foot fall over to the left. Let the foot come flat to the floor. And your left foot can come to the pinky edge. It's just resting down. We're going to take that right hand, sweep it all the way around, look behind you, and let your right hip lift so it's stacked on top of your left hip. And look behind you. Either stay right here, or you can come down to forearms, or at least the left forearm, and you can walk the right fingertips further away from you, straightening the right arm. Taking a couple breaths there. And then starting to walk the hands in towards the body, lift the torso, stay facing the direction you're facing for just a moment. Once you come upright, you can start to unwind yourself back through center, where you will very carefully release that leg, send the leg straight out in front, Sit up tall, Dandasana. Let's realign, reconnect, breathe. Let yourself receive the previous posture. Big inhale, big exhale. Go ahead and take the hands behind you. Extend the right leg just a little bit. Left leg straighten, squeeze shoulder blades together with the heart. And then we'll go ahead and lift the left leg and cross that ankle over the thigh. Get yourself settled in on this side. It might be different from the other side. That's okay. You guys have all heard my saying that my teacher, one of my teachers had told me that I love, that our sides are siblings, not twins. Keep the heart lifted, shoulder blades squeezed together. Feel free to make some circles with that left ankle if that serves you. Sometimes the circles in the ankle can just let us be in the discomfort a little easier if being present with it is not something that's working for us today. The healthy distraction. Keep squeezing and lifting. Try to stay out of that low back. Oh, we forgot. I forgot. I'm not going to blame you. Lift the hips. Send them back an inch. Drop them back down. Feel the difference. Which may or may not be a big difference for you personally. A little different for everybody. Take another couple breaths. Keep lifting the heart, straightening the spine. Another good breath in and another breath out. Gently release the left foot over to the right, letting the legs drop down. And then left hand swings around, look behind you. Mindfully stack that left hip on top of the right as best you can. Just be careful with what your body's telling you. And then you can stay upright or come to forearms. And you can always rest on your right forearm and walk the left fingertips further away. Take a nice big breath in and out. Let's walk the hand in, slowly lift the torso, stay facing the direction you're going before you unwind mindfully. When you do, uncross the legs, go ahead and send them long for just a moment. Bring everything back to center. Excuse me. Flex the feet, press energy out the heels, squeeze everything into the center line. Pull the tummy in, length up. Feel what you feel. Be with your breath. Remind yourself, you're here now. And take the soles of the feet together, knees wide. You can keep the heels pressing a little further away, creating more of a diamond shape if that serves you. Move the flesh out from underneath. If you love bringing the heels in deeper, feel free to do that. This is your practice. Take your hands to the floor or to your ankles and pull the floor towards you, creating more length in the spine. Crown of the head lifts. Tuck the chin gently so the back of the neck is long. Feel free to walk your hands further out and drop it a little deeper. Try not to round the spine too much. Wherever you land, let the jaw be soft. Really feel the breath traveling through the body. Notice where you can let go. What's gripping today? Is it just the physical body? Is there some thoughts that are lingering, some emotions? Just notice it, acknowledge it, give yourself a hug, and move on. Let's take a nice big inhale and a big exhale. Root your hands to the earth. Slowly press yourself upright. Take your time coming up tall. And hands to the knees. Slide them together. Keep your hands behind you. Palms to the floor. Fingertips can point in any direction. I'm not one to tell you how it needs to be, so you know in your body what feels safe and right. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Root down through the hands to lengthen up through the spine. Let there be a little space with your feet, about hip distance. We're going to come into reverse tabletop. So ground through your feet, ground through your hands. Keep your shoulder blades squeezing together as you lift. Start to lift the hips. Any amount. Squeeze the glutes, lift a little more. Try to keep those shoulder blades squeezing together. Wherever you are is perfect. Root down, lift up, another breath. Don't throw your head back unless it feels completely safe to do so. And then very gently we'll lower down, lower the hips. And let the arms come forward. Give yourself a hug, a little release in the shoulders. Go ahead and grab the right hand around the left wrist. And then use your knees to pull away. So you're pulling away from each other with your knees, which is actually pulling on the elbows, which is giving the wrist a little traction. Okay. And then soften that up, switch hands, just grab hold of the right wrist, and then start to use your knees to, from left to right, pulling the elbows out, which in turn gives you a little traction in the wrist. Okay. And then soften that up. Sit up tall, take a nice full breath in and out. Make our way around to tabletop. As you settle into your tabletop, you might pad your knees. I really need to pad my knees today. Spread your fingers wide or down through your fingertips. Pull the tummy in. Let's extend the right leg behind you. Toes can stay to the ground or you can lift them up. If you lift them, don't lift them any higher than your hips. Pull the tummy in, press up behind the heart. Find your drishti and maybe your left fingertips crawl forward or lift. Another 2 breaths, press energy out. And also ground down. Okay. And then release. Nice and mindfully, so nothing shakes or moves. We just kind of, as though you have a tray of crystal on your back that you don't want to drop. Extend your left leg behind you, either lift it or keep it on the ground. Pull the tummy in, get centered, and then check in with the right hand. Bring it forward, bring it up, keep it where it is. Ground down, extend, another good breath. Good. And then gently release. Try to stay nice and stable in the core. And move through a little cat-cow, pulsing in and out of child's pose. So inhale, open the heart. And then exhale, round the spine. Press the hips back. Just for a little tap. Bend the elbows. Inhale, open the heart. Scoop it forward. And exhale, round, bring the hips back. Go ahead, 2 more. And when you end up in child's pose, we'll stay there. Settle in, you might take the hips a little wider. I mean, take the knees a little wider as you get into the hips. Again, another full breath in and a full breath out. And then we inhale, lift the torso. Roll the shoulders back, coming into your tabletop. We step one leg back, step the other leg back for plank. You can always keep the knees down if you'd like. Just keep the knees behind the hips. Keep rooting down, squeeze to the middle line, another breath. And then press the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's walk it out, release your shoulders, melt heels towards the earth. Let the hips reach further behind you. Tuck the chin a little bit. Another full breath. Inhale, come forward into plank. Lower to the earth. Feel free to lower your knees first. Lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, release. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Take your hands. Well, let's root down through the hips. Root down through the legs and the tops of the feet. Let the heart lift a little. Think ultra baby cobra. Chin tucked slightly. We're going to keep everything as it is. I want you to lift the hands, squeeze shoulder blades together, squeeze elbows in by your ribs, and let the hands glide out to the side and behind you with the palms facing down. Keep shoulder blades squeezing behind you. Fingertips can rest to the floor, but walk them towards your toes. Really engage and lift. And then exhale, release to one cheek. Coming back up through center, inhale just a little bit. We're not going to go up high. And then I want you to bend the right knee. Foot comes flat, like it's flexed on the ceiling. And then walk your fingertips more towards the back of the mat, lifting the heart. And then pull the tummy in. We're not looking to crunch the low back, so keep that low tummy pulling in. We're going to lift the right thigh just a little. It's not going to go far. And then release and let it go. And drop down and rest on your opposite cheek. Back through center, lift the heart. Fingers walk towards the toes. Let's bend the left knee. Flex the left foot like it's flat on the ceiling. And then when you're ready, pull the tummy in and lift that left leg any amount. It might be a centimeter. You got it. With a breath. And then gently release the left leg. And rest down. Nice big breath in. Big breath out. Let's then bring the hands under the shoulders. Curl the toes. Engage the quads. Press yourself up, plank. And back down dog. Please extend your left leg behind you. Keep the hips squared to the floor. Keep pulling that left hip down as the left heel lifts just a little bit more. And step it all the way forward. Low lunge. Ground down. Float yourself up. High lunge. Settle in. Find your drishti. Bring your hands to your hips. Take the back knee. We're going to bend the back knee. Lower down, doesn't need to be low, but we do want that knee hovering. Pull the tummy in. Keep the hands on the hips. We don't want the hips to move. We don't want anything else to move except that back leg's going to start to straighten. Maybe you feel a little action in that hip flexor, psoas area. Taking another breath. If not, go ahead and do it again. Bend the back knee, drop it down, and then straighten that back leg out. So float the right arm up. Reach up and over to the left. Big inhale, big exhale. Inhale, fingertips to the sky, taking both hands up high. And then very mindfully reach them forward and place them down either side of the left foot. Step back, down dog. Feel free to hang out here for a few breaths or move through your vinyasa. Extend your right leg behind you. Square the hips. Pull that right heel up a little bit. And then step it all the way forward. Up it forward if it needs it. Take a moment to settle in here. Breathe down, rise up, find your high lunge. Take the hands to the hips. Bend the back knee. Drop down a little bit so the tailbone reaches straight down. Keep everything as it is, except start to straighten that left leg. Keep the tummy pulling in. Remember, if you don't feel something in the front of the left hip flexor, then maybe try it again. Ahead, when you feel like you found it, reach that left arm up. Reach up and over to the right. Nice full breath. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release the hands forward. Really fire up that right glute. And gently place the hands to the floor. Ground the hands, step it back. You've got down dog, you've got a vinyasa, you've got a child's pose, anything that you need for the next 4 or 5 breaths. Bring your way back into down dog. Extend the left leg behind you. Left knee goes forward and taps the left elbow. Shoulders are over wrists. Squeeze and hold. Send it back. The left knee taps the right elbow or moves in that direction. And send it back. Step the left leg forward, 3-legged low lunge. Squeeze thighs towards each other. Lengthen through the spine. Let's drop the back knee down. Uncurl the toes. Squeeze and lift, floating arms to the sky. And take those hands, let them meet at the low back, palm to palm. Squeeze shoulder blades and elbows towards each other. Let the knuckles start to reach down as the heart opens. You might drop into the hips a little more, but keep them strong and stable. You might send your gaze skyward if that feels right for you. Another big breath. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, hands to the earth. Curl the back toe, lift the back knee. Step it forward, forward, forward. Ground through the feet. Breathe. Notice the internal dialogue that surfaces throughout your practice. Be present. Root through the feet. Inhale, come up halfway, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive, take it all the way up. And bring your hands to your heart with your exhale. Nice full breath here. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. As you exhale, left hand come forward, right arm goes back. High standing twist. Now notice, did your right hip want to pull back? Can you square the hips forward, bend the knees a little bit, pull the tummy in, and find more length from fingertip to fingertip? Check in, that right hip should be pulling forward. Okay. Inhale, sweep the arms up, come back through center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive. Take it up. And bring your hands to your heart as you exhale. Sweep the arms to the sky. This time, right arm comes forward, left arm goes back. Energy in the fingers. Left hip pulls forward so the hips stay square, and the gaze can go out to the left if you like. Keep energy reaching out each fingertip. Inhale, reach the arms up, come back through center. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Just hang out in your forward fold. Let the heart reach towards the knees, tuck the chin, reaching that forehead towards the knees. Ground through the feet, another breath. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Ground, step back with the right leg. Root the hands down, step back with the left leg plank. Vinyasa or no vinyasa, your call. You do you. As you arrive in your down dog, extend your right leg behind you. Right knee to right elbow, squeeze and lift, and send it back. Right knee to left elbow, breathe, and send it back. Right leg steps forward, low lunge. As you get there, settle in. Release the back knee to the floor, uncurl the toes. Squeeze thighs together and lift. Settle in here. Your new present moment. Breathe. Release the hands to the low back. Clasp them. Before you pull the knuckles down, squeeze shoulder blades together, squeeze elbows towards each other. Maybe the knuckles go down, pull the tummy in, and send the gaze skyward. Nice full breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, take them to the earth. Curl the back toe, lift the back knee, and we step it forward. Forward fold. Come up halfway, straight spine. Forward fold as you exhale. And reverse swan dive, take it all the way up. And bring your hands to your heart. Feel your feet on the earth. Your breath. Look down, inhale, reach the arms to the sky. As you exhale, take the hips back, bending the knees, coming into chair pose. Another breath. You can always have hands at your heart, and if the shoulders are happier there. Pull the tummy in. Check in with your low back. Is it rounding? Can you find a little more neutral spine? Another breath here. Press down, lift up, and swan dive, forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Pull the the head towards the knees. Ground through the legs. Another breath. Inhale up halfway. And as you exhale, release. Step back with the left leg. And that low lunge, ground through the hands, step all the way back, plank. Pressing through your vinyasa or not. Landing in your down dog. Nice full breath in and out. Left leg lifts. Step it forward. Helping it forward, of course, if it needs. Grounding through the right hand. Left arm lifts, little twist. Then we take the fingertips to the back wall and windmill them down to the floor. And then forward and up. One more full circle like that. When the fingertips reach the ceiling, stay there for another breath. And then release that hand to the ground. Walk the fingertips forward a little teeny bit, ground into the left leg. Slide the right leg forward. Forward fold. Reverse swan dive, take it all the way up, and hands to the heart. Big inhale, big exhale. Inhale, arms up. You exhale, find chair. Bring your hands to your heart. We'll find a little twist. We'll float the right arm back, left arm forward. Glance down at your knees, make sure they're even. The left hip's probably gonna wanna pull forward. Can you pull it back? And then find more length with the fingertips. Pull the tummy in and sit a little deeper, maybe. Let's swing that back arm forward, reach it to the sky, stand up tall. And swan dive, forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with the left leg. Ground through the hands, step all the way back, plank. Vinyasa no or no vinyasa, you do you. Might be child's pose. A nice full breath in and out wherever you've chosen to be. Making your way into down dog as you're ready. Right leg lifts behind you. Step it all the way forward, help it forward if it needs, of course. Round your left hand. Right arm floats up. Settle into the legs. Don't let that right knee fall out. Keep the knee above the ankle. Right hand reaches for the wall behind you. Windmill it down. Rotate it forward and back up. One more big circle like that. Awesome. When the fingertips are pointing towards the ceiling, take a nice full breath in and out. And then release the hand to the ground. Walk the fingertips forward a little teeny bit, and we'll slide that left leg forward. Forward fold. Let the tailbone float to the ceiling. Bend the knees gently. Come up halfway, straight spine. And exhale, forward fold. And we reverse swan dive, take it all the way up. Then your hands come to your heart. Reconnect here. Find your breath. Remind yourself that there is an intention that you're working with today. Bring it into your mind, bring it into your heart, bring it into your body. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, we sit back into chair. Lots of chair today. Bring your hands to your heart. Once you arrive, remembering, thighs are gently squeezing towards each other, glutes are fired up. Left hand floats back, right arm floats forward. Twist comes from your spine. Look down as your right knee poking forward. Can you pull that right hip back? Keep the tummy pulling in. Another breath. Maybe you sit down deeper. Good. And then go ahead and sweep the arms forward, reach it to the sky. And exhale, float your hands down. Roll the shoulders. Maybe twice. And then find your Tadasana. Remembering Tadasana is the center of all asana. Root down. Rise up. Open your heart. Take another breath. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Exhale, right through center, forward fold. Step it back with the left leg. Ground through the hands, step it back, plank. Squeeze the middle line in your plank. Either press back, move through, you do you. When you arrive at down dog, extend your left leg behind you. Bend the left knee, stack the left hip over the right. Let the left heel reach in towards your glute. Another breath. You go shoulders squared. Let the opening just come from the hips. Toes to the sky. Square the hips. Step that left leg forward. Little lunge. And the right foot's going to step forward and out and plant the heel to the floor. So the toes are facing the front right corner. We're in warrior one footing. Pull the left hip back, right hip squares forward. Be mindful of your knees. Float yourself up for warrior one. Nice full breath. Take the arms out wide. Right arm over left for eagle arms. Lift the fingertips to the ceiling. Get the shoulders out of the ears. Eagle arms can always be a hug. So whatever works for your body, take another breath. Don't lose that bend in the front knee. Inhale, a little more length in the spine. As you exhale, hinge forward, letting the forearms become parallel to the floor. Your gaze can be out in front of the left fingertip, the left toes. Or let the fingertips point towards the floor and look behind you. Wherever you are, take another breath, ground through the feet. Breath, ease, effort, body, here now. You got this. Ground down, inhale, lift up. And then sweep those arms out to the side, float them to the ceiling. And exhale, take them down to the ground. Back heel lifts, we'll take it all the way back. Move through your vinyasa. Recenter in your down dog or in child's pose. Big inhales. Big exhales. Making your way back into down dog. Right leg extends behind you. Lift the heel a little more. And then bend the right knee. Stack the right hip over the left. Keep those shoulders squared. Let the right heel reach towards the glute. Another breath. Toes to the sky. Square your hips. Step that leg all the way forward. Low lunge. As you arrive, we'll take that back foot, step it forward and out. Let the heel melt to the floor. Keep that front knee bent, warrior one footing as you make your way upright. Settle in once you arrive. Settling in might include fixing your shirt. Wherever you are, breathe, feel the feet on the floor. Take those arms wide again. Left over right, either for a hug or eagle arms. Lift the elbows, drop the shoulders. When you feel ready, we'll take the forearms towards the floor on the inside of that right knee. You're pulling that right hip back. Gaze can be out in front of the right toes, or let the fingertips point down towards the floor and look behind you. Wherever you are, really engaging inner thighs, the glutes, rooting down through the feet, finding your breath, staying here longer than maybe you think you can. Another inhale, another exhale. Awesome. Root down through the feet. Inhale, lift up. Lift the fingers, sweep the arms on. And let's release the arms down. Inhale, float them up. And exhale, hands to the earth. Back heel lifts, step it back. Make your way to down dog, however you choose. Nice full breath in and out. Let the knees go wide and press back into child's pose. Recenter, reconnect, realign. Nice full breath here. Making your way back into your down dog in your own mindful way. You can look forward, walk or float the feet to the front of the mat. Release the head. Bend the knees generously. Firing up the legs, the glutes. And then we start to lift the heart with a straight spine coming up into chair pose. Nice and engaged. Root down, lift up, and then float the arms down by your side. Roll the shoulders. Tadasana. Breath. Inhale, floating arms to the sky. Exhale, right through center, forward fold. Inhale up halfway, straight spine, pull the tummy in, shoulders out of the ears. And forward fold. We step back with the right leg. Right heel floats down behind you. Bend that back knee, getting strong in the legs. Find that strength and float yourself up into warrior two. Settling in here, taking a few moments. Don't just arrive where you are. Choose to make the posture yours. Another breath here. Grounding down, sending your beautiful energy out the fingertips, the crown of the head, and the heart. Let's straighten the front leg. Reach as far forward as you can. We're going to hang out here for just a second. Reaching fingertips forward, left fingertips to the front. When you can't go anymore, pivot the arms. You might slide in deeper to your triangle. Let that right hip reach further behind you. Feel free to stay just like this, or take the right hand to the low back. Keep the shoulder rolling open and the heart opening to the ceiling as you look towards the ceiling. Keep lengthen the torso. Legs are strong. Another breath. You need to bend into the left knee. Use your strength to bring your back up into warrior two. And we flip the front palm, reverse it. Don't lose the bend in that front knee. Right hand to right thigh, left fingertips to the ceiling. Good. Another lift. Cartwheel down. Back heel lifts. We're going to walk the fingertips forward, right leg into the air, standing L. Flex the feet, drop the head and heart to the left leg. Good breath here. Either stay here or really ground into that left leg and maybe bring your hands to your heart. Warrior three. Another breath. If you lift it into your warrior three, mindfully bend your left knee, take your hands back to the floor. We'll all release the right foot to meet the left. Forward fold. Feel free to bend the elbows, clasp the elbows, and hang. Release the arms, bend the knees, reverse swan dive, and hands to the heart. Release your hands down, Tadasana. Feel the feet. Feel the energy, the breath, reconnect. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up halfway, straight spine. Exhale, forward fold. Step back with the left leg. Back heel draws down to the earth. Warrior two footing, bend the knees. Ground down, float yourself up. Warrior two. As you arrive, check in with your body, settle in. See if you can make any adjustments. Gaze over the front fingertips. Have a good breath. Let's straighten the front leg. Reach as far forward as you can. Keep reaching forward. When you can't go anymore, stay there for just a moment. Firing up the legs and then pivot the arms. Slide into your warrior, your triangle. Keep the legs active. Either stay here or take the left hand to the low back, roll the left shoulder open, let the heart go towards the ceiling a little bit, and then look up towards the sky as long as that feels safe for you. Taking another breath. Round through the legs, inhale, lift yourself back up, bend that front knee, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse it. Left hand to the left thigh, right arm up. Another breath here. And we'll come back through warrior two, cartwheel down, back heel lifts. Let's step it back, down dog, forward into plank. Knees down and wide, press back, child's pose. Nice full breath in and out. Another big inhale, big exhale. Begin to bring your hands under your shoulders. Press yourself up to kneeling. If that's not comfortable, just come to one hand. Let yourself feel your practice. Just be present. Soften the jaw and the face and the shoulders. Feel the energy moving through the body, the rhythm, your breath and your heart. Allow your heart to open a little more by authentically being grateful for something. When you feel ready, allow the feet to come forward. Let the legs extend out in front of you. Pull the flesh out from underneath. Lengthen through the spine, flex the feet. Options, take the hands behind you, squeeze shoulder blades, lift the spine, or start to hinge forward. You can also walk the hands forward. And feel free to just melt inward. Soften the jaw. Allow the forward fold to bring you home. Rooting hands to the floor. Be sure to pull your low tummy in as you press the earth away, lifting the torso. Keeping the legs straight, we'll bring the hands to the heart. Let the heart reach up for the thumbs. And then slowly rounding the spine as long as this feels okay for your body. If not, we're coming down to the floor. You can come down as you need to. And otherwise, you'll slowly lower down, really engage, squeeze thighs together, think like chair pose, energy in the legs, energy in the core. And once you land, stretch the arms overhead. Pick up some space. Let the arms and the legs reach out wide. Take a nice big breath in. And a big breath out. Big inhale. As you exhale, let's bring the knees and the arms in to give yourself a big hug. And roll from side to side. Pause in center. Let the feet come to the floor with bent knees, keeping the feet hip distance apart. Hands by your side. We'll move up into bridge. Feel free to do a few moving bridge if that serves you best. Inhale, root down, lift the hips, the knees kind of reach forward. And if you'd like to keep moving, the exhale will lower you down using your core strength, lowering one vertebra at a time, upper, middle, and lower back. Inhale, lifts the hips. If you'd like to stay up there, root down through the feet, lift the hips a little more. Make sure the face stays facing the ceiling, so not to mess with your neck. And then root down through the arms and even roll the shoulders under a little bit. And then you might clasp hands
or grab onto your heels. Just move in that direction. Keep rooting down, take another breath. And then very mindfully we'll unroll the shoulders. Slowly come down, upper, middle, and lower back. When you get there, take a nice big breath in and a big breath out. Bring your knees to your chest, a little rock and roll. Now let the feet come back to the floor. Let's take them wide as the mat from left to right. Take the arms up and over the head. If you want to clasp hands, you can, or find a wide view with the hands. And then just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Hands, of course, can stay down by your side, wherever feels good for you. And then let the knees drop down to the right. You might hang out here for a bit. You might take the right foot and place it on top of the left knee. Just make sure your body's on board for that. There's no pinching. And of course, if you prefer a more typical twist, stacking the knees and the arms going wide, you can do that as well. Lots of options here. Wherever you land, take a few good breaths. And connecting to the exhale, signaling to the body that it's time to slow down. On your next inhale, really connecting to the core to lift the knees up. You windshield wiper from side to side. And whenever you feel ready, the knees can float down to the left. If you'd like to stack your left foot on top of the right knee, feel free to do that. Or, of course, bringing yourself more into the typical twist is welcome as well. Another delicious inhale and exhale. And when you feel ready, engage your core, lift the knees back up through center. And then if you have a block, you can take that block and place it underneath your sacrum. If you don't have a block, that's fine. You can also keep the hips down or place your hands, palms face down. Create like a triangle with your palm touching, your thumb touching. And then let the fingertips point towards the feet. The thumbs point towards your head. And then rest your sacrum on that. And then float the knees above the hips and maybe the feet above the knees. And just let the feet float. And just welcome a few mindful breaths. This is about letting go. So if it takes a lot of work to be here, then choose otherwise. Maybe keep the feet to the floor or let the knees be bent. This doesn't need to look a certain way. The legs are just releasing, dancing. They're floating like seaweed at the bottom of the ocean. Let your focus be on the rise and fall of your belly with each nurturing breath. Working to lengthen the exhale. Very mindfully, you'll release the feet to the floor. Ground through the feet, lift the hips, move your hands or the block, and then lower back down. Take a nice cleansing breath with me, big inhale. Open mouth, releasing exhale. Allow the legs to grow long. Let there be space between them, let the feet flop out. And then let the palms face up. Again, take up some space. Check in with the shoulders, let them melt down the back. Allow the eyes to close either completely or just soften the gaze. Let's all take a nice big inhale and tighten every muscle you could possibly think of. Big, tighten every muscle from the fingers, toes to the face, legs, core. Keep tightening, keep tightening, keep tightening, and then exhale and release it all to the floor. Without tightening anything in the body, take another big inhale. And as you exhale, see if you can release a little more. And one more just like that. Inhale, let the body just be as it is. Hold it, hold it. And then exhale and see if you can let go a little more. Allow yourself to be here, floating on the cloud of Shavasana. Please don't change anything. Just bring awareness in. Just awareness. Noticing your body, noticing your breath. Beginning to expand your awareness to your space, feeling body connected to the floor, feeling the air on your skin, noticing sounds around you. Notice the urge, if it's there, to move, change something. You just be here. And welcome a full breath in and out. With intention, breathe in and send that breath down deeper. And breathe out. Another big inhale, sending the breath deeper into the belly and even further into the legs and the arms. Feeling that prana, life force, the energy source. And allow that energy to fill the body as you gently wake it with little movements,
wiggling fingers and toes. You know that every movement is filled with the divine healing of your practice. And just allow the movements to grow, eventually finding a nice big stretch. So it's the first one of the day. As you are born anew. When you feel it's time, you can bend your knees or roll to one side. You give yourself a moment to just be held and supported by Mother Earth. As you are gently reminded that you are loved. And you're doing good, doing well. You're doing the best you can, which is perfect. A nice big inhale and a big exhale. Use your top arm to press the earth away, spiraling yourself upright. Allow yourself to stay connected inward as best you can. When you find your way, sit up taller, let the shoulders roll back, stay connected inward. Take a moment to just let your awareness wash over your internal landscape. Please bring your palms together in front of your heart. And close with a cleansing breath. And let's dedicate our breath to somebody. Somebody who can use a little extra love, a little extra support, a little bit of whatever your practice takes to you. Maybe somebody you know, or maybe somebody you don't know. Nice big inhale to the belly. Gathering up all that good energy and exhaling it out. Be willing to share. Bowing the head to the heart. And there's plenty more where that came from. And having gratitude for the goodness of your practice that still lives within you. Namaste.